Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in today's video we are gonna be reacting to the dumbest ways that people died. So please like, share and subscribe and support me because I put my heart into doing these videos. So please guys support me by liking this video, sharing this video and subscribing this video, not to bore you. So let's get started on with the video.
Hey guys, it's Chris. From picking
Let's
up
go.
live grenades to getting electrocuted by a toilet and more, here are 10 of some of the dumbest ways people have died. Number 10. Grenade selfie. There are certain things you're supposed to know not to mess with, and potentially dangerous explosives, well, they're one of those things. Yeah. Two men were traveling in Russia when they came across a live grenade. In this case, it was a grenade that just so happened to have the pin pulled out, which for those of you who don't know, that means the grenade is armed and...
Let's warning guys, if you are scared of them scary videos, just click off. I don't want to scare you and get views and likes. I'm not that kind of person. So if you are scared of these type of things, then leave this video. Just click off right now.
Could very easily explode. Obviously, the reason it wasn't already detonated was a fault in the system, which you might think means it was okay to pick up, and yet the opposite was true. That just made it even more dangerous. The two men didn't know that and decided it would be a great idea to pick up the grenade and then take a selfie with it. As you might expect, they didn't survive the experience. In fact, the grenade blew up mid-photo shoot. But rather ironically, while the men died, the phone somehow survived, and thus was used as evidence to show how the two men died. Usually that would be the end of this dumb cause of death, but here's the twist. This was just one case of selfies gone wrong to the extreme degree, because Russia had a slew of them that prompted the government to issue warnings about taking selfies with dangerous objects. A cool selfie could cost you your life, the interior minister warned in a new leaflet packed with tips, such as a selfie with a weapon kills. Yeah, it's true. A slew of Russian people
why is this small girl taking a photo with a gun
and other munitions because they thought it would make a great shot. And it turns out they were wrong. Very, very wrong. Number 9. Michael Goodwin. The case of Michael Goodwin is one of many layers. He was originally slated to be put to death, but then a change in his sentencing came in and he was given the punishment of life in prison. A change of good fortune, or at least it should have been. Living in his cell was fine, until one day he realized that the TV he had in it, due to good behavior, wasn't working. He examined it and eventually realized there was a bad wire.
He's gonna try shooting the wire out with his mouth and he's gonna electrocute himself.
Was to cut the wire with his teeth. And this was dumb on many levels, not the least of which was that due to it being a live wire, it was literally full of electricity, and thus he was electrocuted. But technically, that's not the end of the story, because there was a chance that the electrocution from the live wire wouldn't have killed him.
He didn't get killed.
The repair work he was doing, he did via a metal toilet. So that amped up the power of the jolt that killed him.
Ironically, when you get a metal wire and then you put a metal with it like amps up the electricity. I think that's what happened here.
Though Goodwin was supposed to be electrocuted before his change in sentence, his stupidity changed it back to the original verdict. And now for number 8. But first, be sure to subscribe and let me know which one you think is the dumbest.
Subscribe and tell me in the comments which ones you think was the dumbest.
Number 8. How not to get away with bee murder. In 2002, a farmer in Brazil was going about his property and realized that there was a massive beehive there waiting for him. Bees can be very dangerous, potentially deadly depending on the species and a person's reaction to their painful stings. So thus caution was needed and he did just...
That's why people wear suits to go when they go like in forests and get honey, like fresh honey in buckets. They wear that special suit so that bee can't get them, because bee stings you. Game off.
To get rid of the bees, the man realized he needed to protect himself from the stings, and then use fire to get rid of the hive, which in this case was a good two-part plan, more or less.
Yeah.
He went and prepared to burn the bees away, but his idea of protecting himself was putting a plastic bag over his head and sealing it.
Dumb guy. If you want to do this, this dumb guy, he wanted to do this risky thing. He could have just went into his local store, and he just could have purchased himself a beehive suit or whatever you call it to protect him, and then his plan would have got to success. But I think I can see a problem. Give you 5 seconds to see and find it yourself. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So the problem with this is that, as you can see in the video, that his nose and mouth are covered. How can he breathe then?
Tight. And if you're already seeing the problem
Yeah.
with this, then you'd be much smarter than this man. Not the least of which is a plastic bag wouldn't stop bee stings. But it gets worse, because he forgot about having to breathe. He didn't put holes in the bag so oxygen could get through, and thus he found himself suffocated by the tree where the bees were still very much alive.
No.
Number 7. Backwards
He died.
thinking. Driving is dangerous no matter what people like to think. There are many accidents on the roads of the world every single day, and things can happen when you don't think things through. Even an act as simple as parking. A certain 58-year-old woman from Australia, for
Let's see what
example,
happened.
forgot something rather important one day to put
Brake.
her car in park, and it cost her big. So how did this happen? First and foremost, the reason she stopped the car on the way to the grocery store was because she wondered if she'd remembered the plastic bags in the trunk. Those plastic bags she used a lot thanks to a recycling mindset. So she responsibly pulled
That's
over,
good.
got out of the car, and checked the trunk. But this was the fatal mistake, because when she was doing this act, the car, which was not in park, started to roll backwards right when she was behind it, thus knocking her down and running her over, and the woman died. Not the way she
that's sad.
expected the day would go, no doubt. Number 6. Game
Her life was over because of a plastic bag.
over. There are many people who think that video games can have rather addictive
Video
properties,
games?
to the extent that some gamers will play the games they love for many hours on end. Now, there are parts of that that can be very true, but usually these are very dedicated gamers and not the normal set. However, in South Korea, video gaming is a lifestyle, as one man named Lee tried not just to do, but to embody.
Lee.
During one session with the game StarCraft, he decided to play for 50 hours straight, without eating, without sleeping, without taking care of his body in
Why
general.
did-
The only breaks he took were to go to the bathroom when he really couldn't hold it anymore. If you can see the problem with this, then
Yeah.
you know where this is going.
Your
Because
body
after
need-
playing
your
for
body
those
needs to
50 hours
fuel
and not taking
and
care of his body,
to work.
he died. Doctors cite that it was a mix of heart failure and exhaustion that caused his sudden death, both of which could have been easily prevented if he
Mhm.
just went and did very basic things like sleep for even a few hours and get something to eat in the course of 10 to 15 minutes after every few hours. So thus he died trying to live a lifestyle that was literally unobtainable. A lesson for all of us for sure.
Yeah.
Number 5. Lava lamp bomb. There are many ways to decorate rooms, but one that is very popular with people is lava lamps. That being said, there are rules to follow when first getting them and heating them up. Mainly do it slowly or else. Enter Philip, who did not want to follow this rule at all, because he wanted to see his lava lamp in full flow. Being impatient, he decided to put the lamp on the stove and use its heat to make the lava lamp
It's
go.
gonna
And it should be noted that doing
shatter.
this is in direct contradiction to the warnings on the label of the item. After a little while, the lamp exploded from the pressure, and the shards of glass that were launched from the lamp went straight into Philip, killing him. This story was so pervasive that
Can I-
Mythbusters actually tested the
Yeah,
circumstances.
that's what I was thinking
He
right
found
now.
it could be done in the right situation, though Philip did prove that himself, tragically enough. Number 4. Did you hear something? The notion of things coming out of the sky to kill you is not new. However, something you wouldn't expect to be killed by without noticing it is a helicopter coming down on you.
That's a very
Yet in
sad
British
one.
Columbia, a student in the area was indeed
Student.
killed when a helicopter crashed into the ground and killed him. The obvious question that would need to be asked here is, why didn't he see
Yeah.
or hear anything? The first answer is because he wasn't facing the correct direction, apparently, which I guess makes sense.
Yeah,
And the
he's not
second
gonna
part to
walk
that
like that.
question is that the student had headphones on,
Oh.
the volume turned up real loud, which was later confirmed by an eyewitness. So thus, even when a massive piece of machinery was heading his way, he couldn't hear it. Thus, he got hit and died. The people in the helicopter died as well, and the whole incident was marked as very strange.
And it was very strange. But guys, that was like kind of scary. I just freaked a bit because some of them, like the one we just saw right now, that was some sad story. So if you like this video, please guys like, share and subscribe, and stay tuned for more amazing videos. So guys, till the very next one, stay safe. Peace.